Hello and welcome to No Man's Sky, everybody. ElanPaul here, and as you saw by the title of this particular video about No Man's Sky, we're going to be doing kind of a speed run. So, as you know, at the time that this video is coming out, we may not have an expedition out yet. But I wanted to show you an idea I had for a speed run that we can do anytime, in any way. Now, I'm going to do something real quick here. I'm going to may crash my game, so let me see what happens here. We're going to put in a timer. There we go. And I need to show you said timer. There it is. Okay, good deal. So this is a timer called Live Split. Why do I have a timer showing up here? The reason for this is because what we're going to do is we're going to do a playthrough of how to play this particular speed run. It's available to anybody. It doesn't have to be done during an expedition. It just has to be done from a new save. And when we do a new save, you're going to set this up as a custom save. Custom game. Now, what I suggest doing at this point is setting this back 1 to permadeath, but we're not going to keep it here. We're going to change some stuff here. Okay, it's going to be like what we call a extreme survival mode is what we'll call it. So everything needs to be set to maximum, except certain things. Like for instance, we're not going to do save deleted, and there's a reason for that. We need something called the recipes to be available to all of us. So as we do save deleted, we're going to come back to items destroyed. You notice a lot of things get freed up. It's going to be in abandoned mode, as the title said. This is a nostartership abandoned speedrun challenge for anybody to do. So here's your first setting up here. Survival settings, everything's set to maximum except for the save deleted, and set it to abandoned. There's a reason for that, and I'll get to it in a minute. Everything else over here, expensive. I have decided, instead of making it harsh stacking limits, that we just keep it restricted. It really doesn't make a difference. We can go standard if we wish. It really doesn't make a difference in this area. You can make it as difficult as you want, but leave it as restricted for now. It does give you a little more room in your inventory, and you're going to need it. And the reason for that is because of the speed setting that we're doing this at. The faster you can get things done, the better. The easier you can get some of the items and things that you need. It would be better to do it that way, so you have more room to put the items that you have that you need to gather in order to build stuff. Now, you may not need it, but we'll explain that in just a minute. So I'm going to leave mine as restricted for now. Harsh could be another setting we could go with to make it a little more challenging. Speaking of challenging, enemy strength challenging. Did we get... There it is, recipe blueprints. I forgot about this, sorry. All unlocked. There is a reason for that as well, and we'll get to that as we get into the game. Okay, so expensive, standard, all unlocked. We're doing expensive and scarce, and you can do either one of these. It's up to you. Challenging, hostile predators on. We got all that stuff. Everything's all maxed out over here. You can do this fishing timing, but if you're doing fishing, honestly, you're not speedrunning. But I'm going to set it there anyway. Challenging and the reputation and standing gain, that will affect certain things when you're buying and selling stuff, but considering the fact that you're doing abandoned mode, it's not going to affect you as much as you think. So we're just going to leave it there anyway. And finally, lock out your settings. So everything is set this way. We're going to go back through it real quick. All right. Now let me explain. The reason we're unlocking your blueprints, the point to this particular speed run is that you are trying to get to the center of the universe as fast as possible. Yes, that's what I said, center of the universe. No startership challenge. So you have to find another ship. I don't care what you do with the original ship. The items on it are definitely not available to you, so don't take the tritium off of it. But whether you want to trade it in when you find another crash ship and exchange it, that's fine. If you just want to leave it in your inventory for the heck of it, that's fine too, whatever you want to do. Your point is to get to a crashed ship or find a crashed ship as quick as possible. The second item is that you have to repair all the main items on the ship. That doesn't mean all of the inventory slots or all of the spots up in your technology area. You have to just repair the important pieces of technology. Your launch thrusters, your hyperdrive, your pulse drive. Those three need to obviously be repaired. Your shields and your whatever guns are on it, which is usually the photon cannon. So all 5 of those items need to be repaired and ready to go. You're not fighting any pirates, so you really don't need the guns, but repair it anyway. It's part of the challenge. Once those things are repaired, you can leave the system. You can leave the system if you wish. If you want to find a portal on the system you wish and get to the furthest, the closest planet system, closest system to the center, by all means, because with recipes and blueprints unlocked, you'll have all the glyphs. You don't have to find graves. You don't have to find any of that. But how you get to your ship and how you find that starter ship is completely up to you. No buildings are off limits. Every building is available to you. Get to a crashed ship as quickly as possible, repair it, get to the center of the galaxy as quickly as you want. If you want to find another system that has a dissonant world on it and that you want to find a Sentinel ship, knock yourself out. If you want to create an exocraft and use that exocraft to get to your crash ship or use it to find a crash ship, completely up to you. There'll be faster ways to get it done. You never start on a planet that has water, so getting a Nautilin isn't going to work, but hey, maybe you can make yourself an exomech and find a crash ship quicker that way. Completely up to you. Again, no other rules are involved in this. Is to get to a crash ship, fix it as fast as possible, get to the center of the galaxy as quickly as you can. Once you get through the center of the galaxy, you have to make your way to your broken ship as quickly as you can, in and out of the ship. That's where the start. That's where your last save point's going to be, and at that point you can show your time. So why do we have a timer at the top right corner? The reason for that is because in order to do this, this is the last rule. Well, not the last rule. Second last rule. Second last rule is this: you have to have a timer going to show an uninterrupted run. You have to have the time to do an uninterrupted run. So that's the tough part. A lot of you have lives outside of this. That's fine, I get that. But if you don't have the time to do a full run to get all the way through to the center of the galaxy in one shot, if you have to stop your run, save it, come back the next day, well, guess what? Your timer's not going to pick up where you left off. So you cannot prove that your run is uninterrupted. So it becomes a little bit of a problem there. So what we're going to do is I most likely will save these runs for live streams, and in my case, I'm going to set a time limit. My time limit is going to be 3 hours. In 3 hours, that clock, as soon as it hits the 3 hour mark above our heads, the run is done. That means you have failed to get all the way to the end. Now, we can have a little bit of gray area on that if you're literally on your last couple planets to head to the center and that 3 hour mark is passing. That's fine. Just continue it out. My thing is this: if your ship that you're going to, the starter ship, is 3 hours away on your run, stop. Start over. Because if that's the closest you can find a broken ship that you can repair, and it's 3 hours away, you might as well quit at that point and start over again. Try it again. So don't be afraid to start the run over again. Don't be afraid to give up and say, okay, that didn't work, let me try another way. Don't get frustrated. The whole point behind this is to have fun. Have fun. Boast your times, and I have on my Discord channel the speedrun setting in there so people can boast what times they made at the end of the run. Just by going to your other page and showing us how much time you spent. You don't have to show it on the clock up above, but you can show it in game time, because you'll be spending time in menus like this that don't count towards the run. That is just a way of tracking your movements, to track how much time you're spending in the game, and to make sure that you're not going over. The last rule, of course, is simple: no cheating. No, you can't cheat in any way possible. So no duplication glitches or anything like that. Completely against the rules. You have to get your items the old-fashioned way. You know, whether you're purchasing them, whether you're getting them from the environment, that's the only way to get those things. Okay? So that's it. We're going to go ahead and get started. And it's been a while since I had to use my timer. Hopefully I can remember. We're going to confirm and start the game. And when you appear on the planet, you start your timer, and then just forget about it. Now, on the screen and the recordings, I have it on the right-hand side, as you can see, and it kind of stays out of the way of everything. But while I'm playing, where you can't see, it's at my top right corner, so that it's just in my way. So you're going to appear immediately, and I'm going to get my timer going right now. So there's the ship. We're not going to use the ship, like I said. We're going to go elsewhere. It looks like I'm starting out on a toxic planet. So let me take a look around. We can't. Everything's broken. So we got to get our items. So I need rocks, which I'm not even seeing any at the moment. There's a few over there. So you do have a mining beam, and I think we have a cave right over there, so that's good too. Ferrite dust. I should analyze it, but I'm just trying to get the ferrite dust I need right now. Alright, let's... No, that's right. I can't analyze anything right now. We got 20. Alright. I'm going to need probably about 150 to repair everything. And then we can start looking around at everything. Now, abandoned mode, the reason I chose abandoned mode instead of just regular mode is also because it gives us the opportunity that any crashed ship is not going to be occupied. Okay, so there's a good thing, right? Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, we got 99. That should get us one thing repaired anyway. Let's get the analysis visor done. We need carbon for that. That's my bad. Let me get this part taken care of. Alright, we need carbon, and I need plants for that. There is a base computer here, so you can claim the base. There will always be a base computer whenever you show up on one of these places. So there'll always be a base that you can create, and you can make exocraft and make a nice little building or anything like that. But go ahead and make sure you get all your carbon. And we're going to get going here. So this is the reason why abandoned mode, because all the NPCs are gone. You don't have to worry about occupied ships. Every crashed ship you're going to find is going to be unoccupied. I'm getting extra carbon because you can see I'm at 19% right now, so I want to get extra to recharge as well. There we go. Good deal. Ending up with a lot. Like 300. That's fantastic. Okay, let's go into this cave. And we're going to recharge there, get ourselves some batteries, and determine what my next run is going to be. What I'm going to do here from this point forward. What am I up to? There we go. Okay, good deal. Let's do a repair, shall we? So everything is going to be pretty much the same. You can see I'm not in much of a hurry. Alright. Got all the recipes, as you can see. Alright. So analysis visor is present. We don't have anything in our terrain manipulator. We'll have to get that too. Let me go ahead and recharge my mining beam. There we go. And we can now analyze things. This isn't giving us a secondary, what do you call it, item present in there, but it gives us the opportunity to get more from it. Some hydrogen, the top one. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to get a few batteries to start with just so I can get going. Looks like we got a couple plants over there. I'll get whatever I can from them. And we should have a little bit of ferrite left. Enough to make at least a few batteries. And looks like we'll get some ionized cobalt out of this too. Not that I really cared for it. Takura time. Takaru time. Yes. Oh, ferrite dust. This looks good. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a full video, but I wanted to make sure we gave you guys at least a good run on this to give an idea of how things are going to happen. You may not find out until like about a half hour into your run whether you're going to be able to continue this or not. So this isn't going to be like, hey, I found something, and I'm going to keep running on it, you know, or maybe you didn't find something and be like, oh crap, okay, I got to start over again. That's all part and parcel. I'm already 5 minutes into this, and I'm still gathering materials, as you can see. All right, let's take a look and see how much I got. Okay, oh, got some extra cobalt. We got a little bit of ionized, but not that I care about that. We can sell that later on. A little bit of oxygen, that's good too. Plenty of carbon. Let's go ahead and make a few batteries. I think I can make them here, or is it here? Not surge. Oh, we can make surge batteries now. About time they added that in. That's great. All right, good. Ion batteries is what I want. There we go. 12 batteries. I think that's a good start. We'll make one more if we can get just a little bit more ferrite at this point. I think there's a rock right there. We'll need more, but that'll get us the last battery. All right, let's get rid of the carbon. We'll put the oxygen up here. I'll get some dihydrogen over to the side. Okay, looks like we got things going here. So again, we cannot use anything in there in our ship. So first thing we're going to do is look around and see if we got any buildings nearby. Or the next thing, if you will. You can get the nanites if you want from finding animals. I'm going to save that until I get a scanner upgrade or something like that. I see no buildings around here, guys, by the way. There's nothing here. All right, so we need to pick a direction. I always choose to take a look at the planet and see where I'm at. I'd like to get up to the equator, so I'm going to start heading north. That way. Okay, so we're heading this way. And of course, there's literally nothing in that direction, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and pull out the terrain manipulator. Going to get a little bit of silicate powder. I could put it in the flattening module mode, and that'll get me more, but that's okay. We don't need a ton of it. I just want to recharge this up to maximum.
Technology recharge.
There we go. And back to mining beam. Okay, good deal. Let's go. So I could create a base right now, and I can make an exocraft if I wish. So that's an option here. So we can drop down, we can hit that base computer up, we can create a couple walls around it. So that is an option at this point, and I could consider doing that. Very interesting idea, right? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go out of the shell here that I normally go with. Get out of my shell. Yeah, there it is. All right, playing the base. You get a free base right at the get-go, so use it if you wish. Gives you a good aerial view too. Looks like we have some stuff around, but that looks like just deposits. And I think we have enough to put down walls. I'm going to make a very large thing here. I'm going to make 14. We're just going to make it a 4 square. And we need walls. Yep, I'm already out. Look at that. I'm going to need some more carbon. Let's get some carbon. I have no idea why all the trees just suddenly disappeared. That was really weird. Let's go ahead and scan them. And there's more than one tree here, so we'll... Yeah, like these plants right here, we'll go ahead and grab too. Alright, let's go ahead and grab them. Oh, they have condensed carbon in them too, so that's actually worth it. Can't wait to get some mining beam upgrades, or a better mining tool. Multi-tool, I should say. These just have carbon. So what is this planet known for? Let me think. We probably have... Since it's toxic, what would that be? It wouldn't be phosphorus. Is it nitrogen, I guess? Ammonia. Ammonia, that's it. And magnetized ferrite. So we got copper, of course. Most of these planets will always have copper.
Toxic protection falling.
Let's get a roof on here, shall we? Where's my roofs? I just want something simple. Here, guys. I don't want glass. Plain roof, that's it. Okay. I need ferrite dust for that. Okay. We need a cave. Well, let's use a...
Toxic protection falling.
Let's use battery real quick. There we go. Okay. We need some ferrite dust. So I forgot about that. In order to build certain items like a door or anything else, we need ferrite dust. There was some in the cave. Let's go ahead and grab some ferrite from the cave if we will. Well, it's a longer cave over here. That's interesting. Let's see where this goes. I'm curious. Oh. This is an interesting cave. Isn't that interesting? Very big. We even got some the hydrogen, which we are going to need. And we got sodium all over the place, so that's good too. That looks like a plant. Good, it is. I don't see any rocks here I can get. Oh, there's one. Alright, how come I cannot... I can't scan it for some reason. That's weird. There it is.
Units received.
There we go. Sometimes these smaller rocks are good to get because they will give you crystals a little more often than the bigger counterparts. Alright. Let's see how we're doing here. Alright, we've got a good amount. That should get us what we need. I don't understand what's going on here, why we have stuff happening. Oh, that's interesting. That's an opening. Fascinating. Alright. Always love the terrain in No Man's Sky. I know it's procedural and that it can be the same from one place to another as well on occasion, but there we go. Alright, let's get our roof going.
Falling.
Wanted a plain roof. Let's get the walls going again. Very plain timber walls. And, yep, that considers us indoors, so we don't have to create a door, so that's good. Alright. Alright, hang on just a second. I just need to take a look at something. This delays things, but it is what it is. And I didn't want to interrupt the recording. I wanted to keep the clock going for that time. Sorry about that. Family things come up and you don't have a choice. So anyway, so I have a little base here and now I can get some things going. So you'll notice that you can create anything. You've got all your recipes like we said before. You can get a large refiner, a medium refiner, you can do all those things. What I would like to do at some point is I want to create some exocraft. I think that's over here. Yeah, there it is. So I would love to have a Minotaur, but I need gold. I don't know where in the world I'm going to find gold. I might be able to find it in a cave. There's a possibility if I go deep into the cave and look for gold, I can do that. The Minotaur will help me find a crashed ship. So why don't we look into that? Metal plates aren't bad. I already got the ion batteries. That might be worth my time right there. And I've got a place that I can go in and out of if I need to. So let me check the cave for gold. I think that'll be a smart idea. Let's go that way. So again, there's no rules on how you find a crashed ship. So I won't find one anywhere near as quick as, say, Jason does. But, you know, not all of us can be as lucky as Jason. Let's see here. I've got cobalt, cobalt, cobalt. Looking for one of these that say... Not all of these can be shot, huh? Alright, so we've only got a few. That's always... I really don't like that. That bothers the crap out of me. Because not all of those stalactites that are hanging from the ceiling are real ones. Gold. Is that gold? Nope, silver. I don't want silver. We'll grab the silver anyway, because that gives us... silver is useful for making the... I almost had the name for just a second there. Name was the Pilgrim, right? Pilgrim? Yep, Pilgrim. So if we really want to get someplace fast, yeah, buddy, I'll grab the Pilgrim. It's the fastest out of all the exocraft. Some people will argue that you can go with the one of the other ones. The what was the name of it? Hold on. The Geobay, the Nomad, because it floats over the top of water. But you know, there's no water on this planet, so I don't think that'll be an issue. Thought I saw something. I'll get the ferrite dust because we do need it. We need to make metal plates, so I'm going to need about 200 of that. There we go. Alright. And now we can check out what's behind it, and hopefully we find one that has gold. We We got the other cave that we can go to, but I figured this would be the best place to start at. So a lot of time could be spent doing a base build real quick and trying to find the things that you're looking for. The funny part is that it could take you could find a ship real quick, like Jason did that one time in 5 minutes, get everything repaired real quick by getting the resources, and then run. Run for the center. Find a portal, you can find a monolith real quick, find a portal, and just go. That's great if you can do that. But then you've got a 100 light year hyperdrive, and you're making 20, 30, 40 jumps in order to get to the center. So that could take you a little while, especially when you have to build all those those warp cells. So what was I looking for? I was looking at the system itself, which is Gek. Okay, if it was Vy'keen, we would have had a problem. Vy'keen systems, you need to find a dagger in order to find a portal, which is really weird. But there you are. Grabbing the crystals because we do need them. The dihydrogen is very important to all runs. Okay, there we go. Storm crystal. Pretty cool. That's nice. Alright, so there's not a lot of stalactites, stalagmites here, so we got to find one that actually is cave-like. There's one up there. We'll head up there. This is like a passage between caves, if you will. But we have all these. All that dripping is driving me nuts too, by the way. It's a disgusting planet. See, all of them, when you look at cobalt, it's kind of like a grayish blue background to the name. You're looking for something that comes up as any other metal will usually show up as a like gold or something like that. Forgot what the background looks like on those. When I find one finally, it'll let me know. It is what it is. They aren't the most common in the world. You know what I haven't found yet? I haven't looked. There's one. So platinum. They show up in that, pardon me, that orangey background there. Platinum, I don't know if we can use it, but I'll go ahead and grab it anyway. Anytime I find an alternative metal, I'll go ahead and grab it. I think that's going to be important to us. There we go. All right. And if we take a look around like this, metal fingers, guess what? We've got gold. I don't even have to search this cave anymore. We're fortunate enough to find a place that we can get gold from. I'll grab this too. Interesting. Structure entered? Of course it's depleted.
Technology recharge.
We probably will need more condensed carbon later, but that's okay. I'm grabbing the ferrite dust because we do need it. Alright, there we go. Well, let's go to these things over here. How far away? 173? Widen out the hole a little bit. There we go. That way I can also find it when I come back this way. Traveling underground is always very handy. Alright. Uranium would be very handy too. We don't have to get much of it, so there's some gold. And we also don't have any sentinels yet, so this is a good opportunity to get this. And how much gold did we need? I think we needed 200 if I remember correctly. Wimpy laser. How much did we get? 94? Okay, good. Yeah, we may run out of charge before I have a chance to get all this. Alright, so we got nearly 200. We need probably one more of those. I'm going to grab the uranium because that'll be handy on whatever ship I go to. As long as that storm, that isolated storm there, doesn't come at me, I think we'll be alright. Charge depleted. That's it. Alright, we'll need more carbon later. It's always something, right? This is how the beginning of the game always starts. It's always something that you're missing. Storm is, I think, starting to come this way. want a little bit more uranium. And then we'll be good. Alright, the storm dissipated. Looks like localized. Double the uranium and then we're good to go. And done. Okay. And the ship is that way, so hopefully I can find the hole in the ground.
Life support power low.
Fortunately, we have some oxygen on us. Not a lot, but it's a start. Is that the hole I dug?
Toxic protection falling.
Alright, good. So we don't have to use anything. So it'll stabilize for a moment. It won't go any lower until we hit the cave, so that'll be good. Alright, so we should have enough, almost enough, to get what we're looking for. So now it's going back up again. We definitely need more ferrite, because we've got to make those metal plates. Hey, look, ferrite. And then we can create a exomech. Look for ships. The thing about creating the exomech, though, is that we will have to... We're not there yet. We're not there yet. The thing about creating an exomech is that we will have to make a couple of upgrades in order to find what we're looking for. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and scan it.
Units received.
Just in case he's one of those underground creatures I can never find. So we have 2 plates. We need 3 more. That should be enough to get us our 3rd already. But we'll need 2 more plates after this, so I still need to find a lot of ferrite. Those are pure? Yeah, those are pure. These are the ones we're looking for. Okay, good. There's a few of them right here, so we'll grab these while we're here, while we're underground and safe. And we'll get some of those plants too, because we need the oxygen, but we'll get some sodium from them too. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Sodium's handy, don't get me wrong, but the oxygen is what I really need. And there's a bunch of plants on the surface, but since I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and grab these. So I can get my life support up to snuff. Oh, okay. There's another one right there. Boy, this would be great during one of those anomaly missions where you have to get the hazardous plants, right? Alright, there we go. And we're cooking through our beam here, so we're going to have to get going soon. Alright, what do we got? We need 16 more ferrite for 1 more plate. We do have oxygen.
Technology recharge.
Very nice, we're fully loaded on that. Let's get some more ferrite, a couple more rocks, and then we should be done. Now, you see we're already like over 20 minutes into this. There we go. That should be enough to get me 1 more plate. Good. All right, we got it. We got the batteries, we got the plates, we got the gold, right? Where's the gold at? 281. And here's our uranium for our ship later. This is excess that we don't need. Or we may need more silver, but we'll get to that later. All right. There. Cobalt, I don't know what we're going to do with at this point, but we'll see. Where is the ship at? It's over this way. I think we take this passageway to get there. Yep, we do. There's the cave entrance right there. Really? What did I get hit by? No kidding. Wow. Would I set my shoes on fire? Okay. There we go. So we're back.
Toxic protection falling.
We're inside right now, so we can now create the geobay, this one. So we're going to make that. I actually want to do something here. There. Alright. So, let's go to our exocraft for a moment. So it comes with the basics, of course. Environmental control unit, that's fine. We're not going to be protected from the environment here in any way. So I'm going to put these in their supercharged slots for the time being. All right, so we need to be able to scan for stuff. So let me jump in the exomech real quick. So we go into this menu here, and we can go into exocraft radar, but we don't have any radar installed. So that's what I was talking about. That's what we need to be doing. And it seems to protect us from the environment. I didn't expect that. I knew it did. Yeah, it does. Doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Okay, good. All right. So let's get back into our inventory. So we need to create radar. That would be, is that this? Okay. So the radar array. We need chromatic metal, so we're going to need, oh, we got enough gold for it too, thank heavens. The thing we're not going to be able to get is a wiring loom. So that's going to be a problem. But I think we can avoid that if we can find some upgrades as we traverse the environment. So let's go find, real quick here, we're going to jump out. We can't, nope, can't do that. We have to get out of the exocraft to do this. We need to find copper. Copper at 972, that's a little bit far away for me. 423 is better.
Toxic protection falling.
Copper at 663, and nothing in that direction. Okay, let's go over here just a little bit. Alright, so that's where we're going to head. And we're going to use this because I didn't realize we were protected from the environment with it. Whoops. Oh, that didn't work really well, did it now? Well, that kind of sucks. How in the world did that happen? It must have had a hole up there I didn't see. The one little teeny tiny hole we couldn't get through. So to get out of this is going to be fun. Let me go ahead and put this. There we go. I'm going to have to do it on an angle that I can actually traverse. We're going up on a steep angle with this, so I'm hoping that this will work. Okay, that looks like we got an opening. Have to make enough headroom for the Minotaur to get through. Unbelievable. Did I say Minotaur? Yeah, Minotaur, right? It seems to have worked. There we go. Wow, that was interesting. Hopefully we don't fall in the same hole again when we go back. This is not the biggest deposit in the world, but I think it might get us enough of what we need. We need about, what is it, about 150, I guess, to start with, to make enough chromatic metal. I'm going to need a little more ferrite as well, in order to make one more metal plate so I can make a refiner. And then we gotta look for items in the environment that we can salvage and upgrade out of. Alright, how much we got? 140. Of course it's 140. Alright. Don't fall in the hole yourself there, Paul. Ammonia. Copper over there at 710. A lot of these are magnetized. There's my ship. That's not going to count. Copper at 502. Okay, we'll head to that copper over there. That's pretty neat. It really does chew up the time that it takes to get someplace, so at least that's something. So, still handy. Alright. This is a much better deposit. Now, I'm going to try to gather as much as I can because, you know, obviously we're going to need more for everything else that we're going to be doing. Warp cells, things like that. We're going to need a lot of stuff to get this all done. That's not a bad idea. Alright. We already have enough to do what we need to do. Now we just got to get extra. This is actually a pretty freaking huge deposit, man. Gosh. I'm trying to see how far down it goes by going through the side of this. This is big. Yeah, I was afraid that was going to happen. But we should have plenty of silicate, yeah, from all the tunnels I've had to dig. Looks like we're going to have to use a battery here, too.
Toxic protection. Falling.
I kind of do things differently when I'm doing it this way. I know a lot of folks go right through the center, or they get underneath it, or something like that. I need to see what I'm after. I understand the, you know, the idea of getting underneath it and doing it from underneath. That way you can protect yourself a little better from the environment. I'm not as concerned about that here. I'm more concerned about making sure I get what I need out of this, and making sure I'm getting the whole entire deposit, because you're going to have to come out eventually. So I like to be standing right on top, right on the edge, getting it all from one direction.
Toxic protection. Falling.
There we go. Use a battery before it tells me, right? Yeah.
Toxic protection. Falling.
There we go. We're going to get a lot of copper out of this, so we're going to keep our refiner going for a long time. While we're going to make our way back to our base, I'm going to take a look around, see if there's anything on the way that I can pick up. But as we make our way back to the base, we are going to, once we get there, we'll set the refiner, get this going, and then we'll start searching for upgrades and stuff like that too. But if we find something on the way, even better. But we're trying to look at an efficient means of doing this. Now, we did enter a different region, which is funny. So we should really take a look around with our visor right now and make sure there isn't a building we just missed. Because who knows, right? This may be all a moot point. I'm sure you were all thinking that, and I'm sure I've already got comments in here that are going to pop up at that particular time in the video, rather than waiting to see what I did. But I will take a look in a moment, and for something that might be a building, might be could be a ship. Wow, this was one heck of a deposit if you think about it, man. I mean, that's a lot of copper that we just picked up. You notice I've gone with the default voice for now. I find the other voice a little too creepy at times, and I kind of shut it off. No, so there's that. Now we could do more with this. We could turn it into a no HUD challenge as well. So there is that option as well. Gives you just a little bit more opportunity to make it just that much more challenging. But you know what, when you get your exocraft anyway, if you decide to go that way. Alright. So our ship is over there. Is there anything in between? We do have some damaged machinery over there. If you got your item in the way there, you have a little trouble. Floating crystals would come in handy, but yeah, I guess I could have just gotten in my Minotaur. That was a waste of a battery, I guess. Yeah, these trees are going to get in the way. So we'll check out the broken machinery just in case there happens to be an upgrade. Because you never know, right? Nope, nanites. Okay. Worth a shot. Let's see. Nothing else on the way. So let's just go ahead and head straight there and get our copper being converted over. And you know, if we put a laser in this thing too, we can have ourselves a very efficient means of getting items. I don't think it gets as much with the regular laser, but you know, it works. Alright. We're in a protections phase. Do we have enough ferrite to make one more plate? We do not, of course. We need a couple of rocks. Let me see here. Take a look. We also need some carbon too, so why don't we switch over real quick and we'll take a look.
Toxic protection falling.
Rocks. It's a big rock. A little rock? Yes. I didn't scan that one yet. Ooh, oxygen. That'll be handy. We need about 30 ferrite. Yeah. Oh, wait. It's not a rock. It's a bump in the lane. Those are rocks. Those are rocks.
Units received.
Okay, good deal. And we're going to head back here in just a moment. Always good to have extra, because you know you're going to need metal plates later, too.
Toxic protection falling.
I thought it was on the rock. I didn't realize it was on the tree. Hate when that happens. Alright, let's head back. I think that's enough. Okay, and we're in. Okay, we should be able to make the metal plate now. There we go. And we're going to get up here and make ourselves a portable refiner. We need more oxygen. Ah, you pain in the neck. Alright, do we have any plants nearby? Now, how does that happen, that there doesn't have to be any hazardous plants when you need them, right? They're always there when you don't need them, and they're sitting there smacking you around, but, you know, when you do need them, that's an whole nother story, man. Look at this. None. No hazardous plants. Not a nary one. Ugh. Localized storms. Love them. Still, none. Can't get that, but I can get these. Really? That's just great. Running out of everything. What happens at the beginning of the game, right?
Toxic protection falling.
Plant. I'll just hit it from a distance. This one's too far away. I don't feel like dealing with it. Alright. So we got a little extra oxygen out of him. Of 9. Unbelievable. I swear there was a ton of plants nearby that I could have gotten oxygen from earlier. And I'm going to need oxygen for me. There's one right there. My life support.
Toxic protection falling.
Still no sentinels yet, so we're rocking it while we can.
Technology recharge.
Gonna plant sweet root.
protection. Falling.
Haptaloid wheat. Fungal cluster. I don't know if the sweet root will give us shield protection or if it gives us something else. Hazard protection, okay. Alright, I was hoping for life support, because we really could use something that'll give us life support. I know for a fact that jade peas will definitely give us what we're looking for. It's worth it to me to head that way, because my life support is running low. So we'll grab that. There we go. Back up to 55. At least that's something. Okay. Alright. And we got another plant down there. We'll go ahead and grab that. I'll raid it and then shoot it. Close. Alright, gotcha. Still hit me, but it's alright. Alright. There we go. I think we're okay. Let's start heading back. We'll keep an eye open for any more plants on the way. Make sure there aren't any around right now. Keep going. Could have taken our Minotaur to do this, but you know, honestly, you kind of expect there to be more. I don't know. We do need to head in that direction over there and see what building was over there.
Toxic protection. Falling.
Ouch. Okay. There we go. Now I think we can make it.
Stabilizing.
Yeah. But I don't have any carbon, do I? You'll work.
Recharge.
Let's get our copper. So how much copper did we end up with? We ended up with over 1,000. Fabulous. Alright. Alright, we're doing good. We need to start with 75. We do need to do a little research around everything else. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this back up with whatever I can put into it. There we go. And we need some carbon. Let's see, where are we going? So we want to go back in the direction that we were in before. I think if we follow the cave that way, that's the direction we were in. I'm gonna head that way towards the buried technology. It's probably, a lot of times they have the machinery next to them. So we will head that way. And we should have enough chromatic metal to get by. See, I gotta watch out for the hole there. Avoid dropping into any pits here. It just happens to be buried. Oh, no. We got a broken machinery. Don't run into it because it will destroy it. You gotta be careful of that. Okay, more nanites. Alright. Now again, there might have been a building near here, so we're going to go ahead and check it out if we can. That's where the metal fingers were. Got some buried cache. We will head towards that next. So a lot of time can be spent getting prep done, you know what I mean? That might be good. Okay, we got some more copper out of it. Go figure, right?
Toxic protection. Falling.
Quite a bit of copper. There's oxygen here. Let's grab it. There we go. Good deal. A little extra oxygen never hurt anything, right? It's what we need. Alright, good deal. And do we have any buildings? I don't see anything yet. So we got some buried cache to our right. You know what? It's not far. Let me just grab it real quick. And I'll get my exocraft again. My mech. Movement module. Okay, that's handy. I could really use it, but you know what? What will I get out of it? I'll get a wiring loom. So let's go ahead and do that. And that gets us what we need. So we're in good shape here. That's excellent. It really would have been more handy to have it in my exosuit, but it is only a C-class upgrade, so not too keen on that. So we got what I was looking for. Is there anything else? We do have a cargo drop.
Toxic protection. Falling.
Let's go this way, check out a couple of the spots, and then we'll come back. Jade peas. And broken machinery. Excellent. I don't know what he was coming after me for, but that's okay. There we go, 70%. And we had some broken machinery right here. That's good. Because anything we can find is very useful to us right now, correct? I mean, the nanites not as much, but we'll get some oxygen while we're here. We'll take a look again in just a moment. Alright, take a look. So it said we were in a different region, which is very interesting, but I'm not seeing any buildings anywhere. Oh, finally, a building. Go figure, right? Yeah, just as I say that. Alright. Let's see what this offers me. Okay, some condensed carbon. Very nice. Alright, good. Let's check out the building, and we'll come back. You know, I should gather up the machinery just in case, what do you call it, the buried technology, I should say, in order to make money, but looks like a little campsite or something. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We have a crashed ship. Unfreaking believable. So this goes along the lines of a Jason thing. I didn't have to create all this. I should have checked out a building first, and then just to see what would happen. So we've already got ourselves a ship. Look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and raid these things because I need stuff. Microprocessor, very handy. I don't need the bullets. And I'm not going to need the wiring loom now. Go figure. Let's get rid of... Let's hang on to some stuff. We do need chromatic metals. Let's pick up as much stuff as we can because we need things. Projectile. Don't know what the localized thing is because it's not hitting me.
Shield down.
There was nothing there to hit me, and I don't know what's happening, so that was really, really weird. And you see my health has dropped to no end. Oh, the shield in the ship is down to nothing as well. Fortunately, the launch thrusters are in good shape. I just need to get the pulse engine online. And that requires the hermetic seal in the metal plate. I think I have enough to make them. Maybe. Yep, I do. Okay, good. See? So now we can move it over there. The photon cannon's in good shape. I don't know about this X-Class shield, and I'm thinking about going ahead and upgrading it because, or going ahead, the 50 chromatic metal isn't going to be much of a draw for me to cause me any issues. We need chromatic metal, sodium nitrate, the microprocessor, we need 2 more of those, and some chromatic metal. Okay, so we know what we need to do, but now we can call the ship in. So let's bring our Minotaur back to our site, and we'll go from there. Alright, is there anything else I need from over here? Okay, got some nanites out of it. This will probably give me my teleport receiver. Unbelievable. I just want to say that. Let's go to the ship tech. So now we got the teleporter. Oh, a positron module. How fascinating. I didn't expect that. Oh, because we already have the recipe. Of course. Duh. Of course we're going to get an upgrade. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and bring him over back to our site. I'm trying to think of what the benefit would be from doing so. We don't have to do that. That's right, because we can just call it in. Let's bring you over there. Oh, we switch over. Just me. So, unbelievable. We have ourselves a ship already. Can't leave the system till everything's repaired. Okay. So that's done. So we don't really need our Minotaur anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it. There we go. So we'll get all kinds of units back for it. More stuff back for it. Let's go ahead and move our chromatic. Let's see. Condensed carbon. Let's put some more copper in here. Get it going. We need more carbon. Let's head over here. So that worked out. Had I gone in that direction already when I found the region and just immediately went over there and checked it, I would have had a ship by now and we wouldn't have had to build a Minotaur. So there's that. But it gives you an idea, right, of what we could have done. So we're not even an hour in. We have ourselves a crashed ship. We're repairing it as we speak. And this is well on our way to getting to the center of the universe. So maybe I will keep this and show it to you and say, here's a baseline. Good luck. Now, I do expect a lot of people are going to be doing this much faster. That you're just going to have that, what we call the luck of the Jason, and you're going to find a ship 5 minutes away, or within 5 minutes, and be able to get the repairs done, and you'll find all kinds of hyperdrive upgrades on the way. And that'll get you where you need to be. We need to find a monolith, is the next thing. So, we're in a Gex system. That's great. We just got to get through the one monolith, that we can figure out the... what it's giving us as far as the chore is concerned, you know, the riddle is concerned. We will get an item, and then we can find a portal from there. Yeah, we'll just grab it. I don't care. We probably need some more rocks, but this will start. This is a starting point. And we'll be close enough to ship in here to fix it. Alright, so Starship. We need to fix this. Let's get at least that in there. We need 2 more microprocessors. Let's get this. We need some sodium nitrate. We'll get that going in a minute. I'd like to fix this. We already got some sodium and a wiring loom to fix that. So why don't we do that? I hate to use the wiring loom for it, but we don't need it for anything else at the moment. And what was this? Chromatic metal? Okay. We don't need that. There we go. Ooh, cadmium. That's good. Ooh. Be happy. Be very happy right now. Alright, what do we got over here? We can get rid of that. Shields, that'll work for that. Okay, good. We don't need the cobalt anymore. We could probably use it later on when we're doing the portal and everything like that, but, you know, for now. Let's see. I want to clear out our copper if we can. There we go. Alright, that'll get that going. Let's go back to the ship. We can now finish this one. So what kind of upgrade does it give us? 14%. Not great, but it works. That I will probably put the hyperdrive in, since it is a boosted item. Let's put the guns over here. Now we're going to put you there. What does it take to get these upgraded? Magnetized ferrite, which we can get from this planet Chlorine. The reason I'm looking at that is because... Wow, magnetized ferrite as well. It's because it'll give us the upgrades we can put around our hyperdrive. What about you? Okay. You, is that a supercharged slot too? It is. So it's already in a good spot. It's an interesting thought. Launch thrusters I'm not too concerned about. Alright. Okay. Sorry, got messages. Wanted to make sure I didn't have anything important that I need to touch on. Okay, let's take you. Okay. What else can we fix? We need some sodium nitrate. We need a couple microprocessors to get our hyperdrive going. Okay. We're gonna need launch fuel as well, so we can make that. That's not a problem. let's make some of the sodium nitrate. We don't need much, so where's my sodium? Please tell me I didn't use it all. I did. I used it all, apparently. Fabulous. Nope, there it is right there, but we need 13. I need 26 sodium to get that to work. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's go ahead and do a scan and hope that we have some sodium plants nearby. There we go.
Toxic protection falling.
Alright, that should be enough. Sodium was on the next. I know I'm looking right at it every single time, and I'm looking straight at this stuff and not seeing it. Yeah, it's right there. Good grief. I need 2 more. I don't want to waste the sodium, so if you saw me do that, that's going to leave 2 sodium in the inventory over here. There we go.
Toxic protection stabilizing. Component repaired.
Okay, so that's done. So we got our shield going. We can put these elsewhere now, I think. Hyperdrive still needs those things there. Let's see. Let's do that. Pulse drive, always a good idea. What does this require? Platinum, huh? Interesting. Alright. For now. Okay, and we'll figure it out. We need to keep you going. So let's get the... Should we do the cadmium, I guess? Actually, if we hang on to the cadmium can be used to open up a portal. So let's hang on to that and just continue to use copper. This cadmium can be used in smaller quantities to do that. Alright, and let's get you back up to there. Alright, you're ready. Alright, so we need to find... Got this, hold on. I need to find more things. I'd love to just take my ship, some microprocessors and stuff like that. Let's see what we can do here. Shield's up and running. We do need launch juice. We're at 81%. They're pretty efficient on it, but yeah. We can make a couple of these. I think we can make 1 or 2. There we go. Alright. Yeah, it uses 20% at a time. That's pretty good. So we'll come back to our base. We have a base computer there, so it shouldn't be a problem. And we're going to try to find a building, is what we're going to try to find. Because buildings invariably, I mean, we can find some cargo things, if you will. Hey, you know what those give us? Oh, no, that's fungus. Okay, never mind. I thought it was chlorine plants. Well, chlorine plants are like float in the air, so to speak. I'm checking east and north, and I'm not finding a whole lot. I figured I'd find a building by now. A little too impatient. More fungus. Sometimes buildings won't show up on the radar, so kind of keep your eyes peeled, huh? Wow, really? That many scans in that one building? It'd be great if we could find a monolith as well, wouldn't it? Alright, there's a building. Oh, drop pod. Oh, interesting. I'm not sure if I want to utilize it at this point. That would be... It would be helpful. But could we use it? I don't know. It's kind of an up in the air type of thing. Hey, Sentinels are showing up. Got sodium nitrate, which we could have used earlier. Thank you. we'll get some ammunition out of this,
Falling.
which we don't need. Alright, let's see. We have another building in the distance, which we can check out. Let's find anything else around me. No? Okay. Buried cache. It's not the buried cache I'm after. It's really cargo drops like that. Let's check out the cargo drop real quick. Grab sodium while we're at it. Guess we can always use more of that. Broken machinery, definitely. As, you know, who knows? Maybe we'll get a hyperdrive upgrade out of it, right? Or some launch fuel. Or a movement module that we could really use. Oh, that's a nice one, too. Alright, I'll take it. Where's the cargo drop? Should be right over here. Yeah. Okay. I did grab the rusted metal earlier. I'm going to hold off getting more. Yak relic. Okay, well, not what I'm looking for, but that's okay. Buried cache. Alright, let's go back to the ship, and we're going to take a ride over there. Do we have what we can make of the stuff?
Toxic protection.
Yeah, so we don't even have the ferrite dust to do that right now. I'm just going to hold off on it, guys. Get a little more oxygen out of them. I see some condensed carbon over there. As long as the sentinels aren't bugging me, I'll grab it. Make sure there's not one right behind it. Okay. Alright, let's head over to the other building. Need 2 microprocessors still. Now we could head up to the... No, that's not a building. It's a campsite, but still, it should have a couple containers, I guess. Yep, got a couple containers here. Let's grab them.
Toxic protection.
Of course, we get things we don't need right now. Microprocessor, please. A dihydrogen jelly, of course, yes. Anything around me. I got a buried cache at 260. Buried cache. Buried cache. A lot of buried caches around, but I don't see any cargo drops. Okay. But I also don't see any buildings. Alright, let's go look. Let's go look. The buried caches have their place, but do we really need to do that? We got one more launch we can make before we have to put launch fuel in. East. Let's go to the northeast now. No buildings. There it is. Right there. What do we got here? Another drop pod. How interesting. It's trying to hint at something, isn't it? Right? I know. We could do an advanced mining laser. I didn't think about that. There's so many upgrades we can add to our suit, too. And I'm sure people are already yelling at this point. Yeah, nothing.
Toxic protection. Falling.
No. Let's get rid of the Corvax casing. I don't think we're going to need it. I want to make a life support gel. Can I make that? Yeah. There we go. Takes care of that. Let's take a look around. So drop pod. Buried cache, of course. Ah, for Pete's sake. Those localized events are driving me nuts. So I have no choice but to jump in my ship anyway and move on. Oh, another building. If it's another drop pod, I'm going to be a little bit upset. Campsite. Okay, that's fine. Campsites seem to have at least one building. Oh, it's got a trading thing. Let's check to see if we can get one for free first. Nope, dihydrogen jelly again. More projectile ammunition that we don't need.
Toxic protection.
It's in my ship.
Falling.
We're starting to get stuff in the ship now. Let's just go in there. Alright. So, let's get rid of... I'm going to get rid of the storm crystal. It's the most valuable item I've got. I don't need the platinum or the silver.
Received.
We do need the uranium, and I'll move that over in a minute. We have one microprocessor. Got some gold. Okay, let's buy 1,
Received.
2. Okay, we got the 3 we need now. We need anything else? No, none of this. Okay, we're good. Excellent. So that worked out nicely. So now we can go in here and fix this. Our hyperdrive is ready to go. We just need to fuel it up. Okay, so we're in good shape. Hang on. There. Let's head back to our base.
Technology recharge.
Oh, that's right, we had uranium. Duh. You all were thinking that the whole time, weren't you? What's that? Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll be there in 30 seconds. I'm not leaving the planet until I have everything I need here. So what are we at? Hour 7? Now that's not a rule, by the way. You don't have to do that, but I figure I'm not going out into space or anything like that and start getting all the transmissions and all that crap before I feel like I'm fully ready to go. And we will shut down this base. I think that's one thing we need to do. No rule on that. If you want to keep the base, keep it. You can build other bases. You can go back and forth between your bases if you want to do portals. You do what you want. That's not the point. Alright. So we'll be doing some inventory stuff. Let's get some more chromatic metal going. It's very interesting. This is emptying itself out, and it shouldn't be. As far as the fuel supply, I find that very interesting. It keeps doing that when I'm away. So it's not. It should be more efficient than that. But okay, I don't think we need the sweet root anymore. Though I may hang on to it for now. Let's make one more life support. There we go. All right. So what do we got? We could use some ferrite dust. We do have this to turn into ferrite dust, so we'll do that. Why this one in this inventory, I don't know. The ship is right there. Should have sold that. Okay. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to keep the gold. Alright. Okay, over here, what can we do? We need more platinum. We need 50 platinum to open that up. Well, you know, we probably don't need it. If we can get these, paraffinium and pugnium would be great. Pugnium is going to be fun, because I'm going to have to fight some sentinels to do it. But paraffinium should be present on one of the planets in the system. That shouldn't be an issue. We get 300 of that. We can open those up and put some hyperdrive upgrades in, if and when we find them. The problem is that this hyperdrive will only go about 100 light years, so it's going to take us forever to get where we're going. And we need to still find a monolith. So, there's that. Alright. Let's go into our log. There we go. Okay. Getting there. Let's make, what do we need to make warp cells? Let's find out. So to make a warp cell, obviously we need antimatter units. Antimatter requires condensed carbon. So we've got a bunch of carbon. We need condensed carbon, and we're going to need a bunch of ferrite. So we can get this thing going on ferrite here in just a moment. I think we're out of copper finally. Yes, we are. So we can turn this into ferrite. That'll give us about 250 ferrite, actually. So that'll be great. And we can get our warp cells going. Oh, it's already done. What do you know? It's odd. There was only 7. go with that, but seems weird. Yeah. Okay, that's on its way. And you know what? We should probably charge it up. So we'll need more carbon, or condensed carbon as the case may be. I don't think there's any nearby. I think I remember doing this earlier. There's nothing. So we'll have to do this on foot. Okay.
Toxic protection falling.
There's some over there, but I don't think we can get it. I think we already got all the condensed carbon that was around it. Alright, let's go this way. At this point, why don't we just grab carbon, and we'll just turn it into condensed carbon and just call it a day. These little guys also have condensed carbon in them. We'll go ahead and grab those. Let me finish up this plant. It doesn't give us much condensed carbon, but it gives us some. Yeah, we're getting the big plant on this one. And it's a 2-to-1 ratio, unfortunately, on the carbon to condensed carbon, obviously. So, you know, the more we can get, the better. So we'll get these last 2 plants, and we'll head back.
Toxic protection falling.
Now remember, all your recipes are open, so if you want to put a backpack refiner in, go ahead and do so. That would be very handy. I might even consider that myself. I'm thinking about it. Would be more efficient, and I can keep on the run. Let's see what it'll take to make one. Let's see. There. There it is. Some oxygen and chromatic metal. We just need more oxygen.
Technology installed.
Okay, why don't we do that? That's actually worth my time. Let me go find some oxygen. Let's go up this way this time. See if we can't find a couple hazardous plants to grab and steal some oxygen from.
Toxic protection falling.
Yeah, definitely can't get the floating crystals yet. This will give us a little oxygen. Get some ferrite dust out of it, so that's good. It's only going to give us a couple of oxygen, but that's okay. Yeah, see, like 2 or 3 oxygen, and that's about it. But we can find one nasty plant. There's one. Sentinels seem to be leaving me alone, too. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Technology recharge.
I'll go ahead and fully charge it. Okay. Okay, can we make it now? We can. There we go. Pack refiner made. Some pure ferrite that I don't need.
Toxic protection falling.
So we can start doing things on the side here. Let me get back to my protection of my base.
Toxic protection stabilizing.
Alright, anything else we need to turn into anything right now while we're here? Let's see. Pure ferrite will turn into magnetized. We can do that. It's not much, but we'll go ahead and get that going, because we have a couple upgrades that require that. Is there anything else in my inventory we need to turn into anything else? We can turn gold into pyrite. That's right. That'll give us pulse drive fuel. Why don't we do that while we're here? Actually, we need condensed carbon, right?
Technology recharge.
Let's get the condensed carbon going. There we go. And that keeps us a regular carbon in our inventory as well. Alright, good. So that works out nicely. And I think we can turn the ionized cobalt into regular cobalt too, so that'll be nice. Alright, so we got magnetized. Let's do that. Let's get the... There it is, ionized. Yeah, regular cobalt. We'll make that real quick. It only takes a few seconds. And then we'll stuff in some gold and get some pyrite out of it. Good. Done. Where's the gold at? Gold is here. That'll give us 250 pyrite. Excellent. Alright. That's, I think, really good. So we've got everything we need. We just need a monolith now. There we go. Condensed carbon. From there, we can do... Let's see. I don't know why it doesn't put the more important things up top. We need some oxygen. Of course we do. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we need 6 all total. So we'll get 6 of those. And we'll need a bunch of oxygen. So we'll get... You know what? Why don't we look for a planet that has oxygen? I think that'll be better. So once this portable refiner's done... we'll take it, well, should we take it with us? No fuel. You know what? Pick it up. Put the rest in here. No, we don't need that. Need you. Really? Can't just get 2 out of that. There we go. Make 100 more. Alright, so we're going to move our pyrite into our ship. We already got the uranium over there, right? Nope, it's over here. Uranium over there. We'll keep you for now in case... Unless I decide otherwise. We need you. Alright. We got a little bit of magnetized ferrite. We need more. We do have some magnetized ferrite floating around us. 792. Let me just check here. 388. That would be good. I am going to gather up some magnetized ferrite for opening up some of these spots that are in bad shape that I need to open up in the ship. I don't need many of them, I just need a few. I thought there was one really close by, but I guess not. That must be the closest we have. Alright, let's go there real quick. Yes, I could take the ship, but... need, I think, about 300 magnetized ferrite. And we need oxygen, of course. But what I'm thinking to myself is that if we can find a better planet that has some paraffinium, which is like more of a tropical planet, there'll be a lot more hazardous plants on it. Hopefully those little ball plants, stuff. But we'll see. I don't know if this is going to give us 300. So it's a very small deposit. Doesn't look to be a very good one. We can turn some of our ferrite into magnetized, but the ratio sucks, and it takes 2 runs to get magnetized. Is that another storm? No, it isn't. Yeah, this was a tiny deposit. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so you can see, you know, with this particular run too, by the way, guys, it's not going to be as clean as some of the other runs will do. How much did we get? Okay, we're not quite at 200. So we need more. Ammonia. Ammonia. Copper. Ammonia. Magnetized at 700. There's got to be one closer than that. 1,000. Okay, that's not closer. 855. This is the one we're at. Okay.
Toxic protection falling.
Yeah, I need my toxic protection updated here. Okay, battery. Just gonna drop one in.
Technology
We don't need the 2. Alright, so let's get at least one spot open for now. And then we'll...
Life support power low.
Yeah, that's another thing. Oh, careful. Got 20 out of harvesting it. Additional 11. Okay, so harvesting it is definitely more efficient. Case. Alright. Life support power is low. Oops, that didn't help any. Let's just get inside for a moment and we'll figure this out. Alright. We have 1 life support gel. That'll get us up to 92. Alright, so we need... Can we make another one? We can make dihydrogen jellies. Should be able to make at least 1. Yeah. So I can make another life support gel. And we're going to make that. Make 2. Alright. So that gets us somewhere. And we'll move this to the top of the... There we go. There we go. So we got 2. Let's see how many this will give us. 34%. That's what I thought. Alright. So, let's go ahead and leave the system, or leave this area, and we're going to go check out the planets in the system real quick. And we'll leave the base behind. I really don't care for it, but it's there. And we need to find a monolith at some point. Alright, so what kind of planets have we got? Let's get away from here for just a second. Alright. And for some reason... lost focus on the planet. Okay, abandoned. We were looking for graves. That would be great. Right? Look at the items too. We got rusted copper and salt. Salt we can turn into chlorine, so that gives us a little bit of a better thing there. Is that really an airless planet? My gosh, 2 of them in the same system? What is going on? Alright, let's go over here. Check these out. What do we got? Okay, abandoned. But let me see, copper and pyrite, and there should be... It looks like there's another planet over there, like a moon. I want to get out of the asteroid field. The funny part is, when I want an asteroid field, I can't find one. You know, so... Blighted. Ammonia and sodium. You gotta be kidding me. So we have another moon over here. Does any of these have paraffinium? There's one, but it got aggressive sentinels on the planet. Alright, how much paraffinium do we need? We need 300 paraffinium. We only needed 200 of these, so... Yeah, we could probably use one more as well. Sigh. I want to get these 2 opened up if I can. So I have a funny feeling we've got a little bit of a sentinel battle going on, but the problem is that we don't have a weapon. So this is going to be kind of tough. Do we have any... There. Let's see. Boltcaster. Requires 100 of that and 2 more carbon nanotubes. Man, I really didn't want to have to do it, but... Now we need 2 more carbon nanotubes. Okay, so that's built. Alright, so now we need the ammunition I keep getting rid of. I'm just going to stick with that for now. That should be more than enough. Alright. Alright, I need that bad, so we're going to head there first. The moons are a good place to look for monoliths. So maybe we'll find one here. And we're going to take a chance at the aggressive sentinels. You know, the thing I didn't mention about death, if you die, it is over. You just... That's it. Start your run over again. hoping not to have an aggressive area before we started making jumps all over this universe here, but you know, it is what it is. It should have buildings on board here, so let's look for buildings. And hopefully one with a landing pad. It is. And this is a factory, which is also a good thing. Because it's abandoned, we can go right inside. Why is it a good thing? I'll show you why in a minute.
Extreme Sentinel planet.
There we go. Because even though they're walking around, these guys won't attract to you, like the ones that are floating out in the outer areas. Okay, good. We're all right. This won't give us anything more than, you know, some nanites usually. Oh. Use a dampening, initialize laser reflection. Coolant chamber, I think, would be a good idea, right? Okay, nanites, multi-tool expansion slot, which could come in handy, and a new recipe. We've already got all the recipes, so let's just get the multi-tool expansion slot. Okay, good. So we get one of those. That'll come in handy on whatever space station we go to, so very handy. Alright, little ammunition. Alright, so we are okay, but let me take a look around. Got eggs. Eggs are valuable, but these guys will attack as soon as I try to get those. Let's look for... We got another building out there, huh? That's good. Let's look for paraffinium. Copper. 236. Right there. Okay, so when we come back, we can do that. There. Need about 300 of it if we can get it at the very least. But we're going to get attacked, I almost guarantee it. Let's find out, shall we? We do need oxygen. Where did it go? Oh, right there. Ooh, they do have the bones. Ah, yay. Why? Because that. And I don't have to kill them. Still get a good amount. Please tell me this is a better deposit than that. Just accidentally hit the edge. Yeah, okay, that's what I did. Alright, I was about to say, I hate those deposits that are terrible. And it looks like this might be one of those planets that maybe the Sentinels don't show up until you piss them off. So, until you do something that you shouldn't. So maybe we'll get lucky here. Okay, we're almost up to the 150. Like to get up to 300, like I said. Now, you don't have to do this. You can head straight out. You can go straight for the center, look for that monolith right away.
Technology recharge.
But it's up to you. I prefer to do things a little bit more differently. I want to try to get this done in maybe 2 hours all total. Possibly another half hour. So this is a long episode, I know, but that's just the way these things are going to run. Alright, do we have the 300 yet? What do we have? Oh my gosh, 300 exactly. Okay, good. Back to the ship. What are these? These what I think they are? Impulse beams? Do they give us anything? Life support. Excellent. I will take you too, sir. Thank you. Now, we need 10 paraffinium, right? I mean, fugnium. We could take one of these guys on, but I have a funny feeling that'll be a really bad idea. Alright, where is that building at? Let's check. There it is. Take it. I wonder if I can go there on foot, if that would be better. Let's find out. If Sentinels pop up, then we'll know that's not such a great idea. Fortunately, the weather seems to be okay. See, there's a plant over there, but it must be one of the other types of plants. Okay, this is actually good. This is actually good, I think. This will give us 2 ancient relics in a buried technology area, so that's okay. Yeah, we can do that. Just let it go through. We'll find not buried tech, but buried stuff, knowledge of the past. So we'll take that. I was hoping for more, but you know, it is a moon, so we should be able to find more stuff around here. I see another place to the south over there, but it could just be trees. All right, so there's our buried. All right. Anything around here? Let's take a look. We got another building over there. I say we just keep going. We're not finding... Oh, another building there. That's good. I say we just keep going. We're not finding anybody to attack us. So... Oh, it's a snapper. Okay, I just wanted to check that hazardous plant to see what it might be. So, you know, speedrun in the sense of... It's not what you think, you know, type of thing. More of those we can run across, the better. That's a whippersnapper. I don't like those guys. They're not my favorites. Oh, look at this. Curious. Runaway mold. Go figure, right? Again, no sentinels, right? Some nanites. Okay. And it's another ship. Holy crap. What are the chances, right? Alright, well, we got a ship we can sell now, so that's good. That is really good. Okay, let me hit you up real quick. Actually, we should hit all these up real quick. Alright, 1. 2. Take you. We do have to repair this up real quick if we want to keep it, so... claim. I'm not going to swap. That would be a mistake. So, let's go inside real quick so we can just be out of the way of everybody. So we need a... What? A metal plate. I need a hermetic seal. I need a dihydrogen jelly. We don't have one. Let's get this one fixed first. And we'll need this one fixed. So we need... Oh, pure ferrite. Right. 50 pure ferrite. We can do that in our exosuit. There's some pyrite. How much ferrite do we have? You know what? We can take this. Yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. I know we need to open up some slots in our other ship, but that's okay. Pure. Okay, and we need what else? Oh, yeah, right. Nope, not you. Nope, not you. Alright, so we need the dihydrogen jelly. We need 10 more of that. Alright, and, yeah, we're going to have to find our way back to our ship. That's going to be the fun part. We can take this over there, though. So let's get the whatever upgrade it's going to give us. Funny thing is let's just search the pilot. Okay, nothing attacked us, right? Good. Another movement module. That's fine. Let's just do that. Dihydrogen is in a couple different spots. I think we're fortunate that even though this planet supposedly has aggressive sentinels, they don't seem to attack. So that's a good thing. There, thank you. Alright. And you are up and running. Okay. So, let's go back to where we were. Let me get in the ship. Thing is that we're going to have to use our radar to find our other ship. There it is. It's over there. And that's the ship we're going to use. There it is. And while we're in here, what can we get rid of? We don't need that. Let's go ahead and get rid of it. I'm going to move it into my exosuit. No room. Okay. These are guns. Yeah, there's guns, but they were already fixed. Okay. Alright, good. See, he won't attack us because he's present for this facility only. Alright, let's move some stuff over. Where's the chromatic metal? Is there any chromatic metal? No? Let's put this up here for now. We can get rid of it later. Life support. Excellent. Pyrite can move over. Alright, let's actually fix the ship up real quick here. So we've got paraffinium. I'm going to open this one up. We still need pugnium. We'll figure that out in a minute. And magnetized ferrite over here. I'll use. What else do we need? Chlorine. Okay. Alright, and we're low on magnetized. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, why not? Okay, that gets rid of all of our paraffinium. Okay. That goes in the ship. This stays on us. Can we make... We need more ferrite dust. Okay. Go. 67%. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We're going to need a lot, is what we're going to end up needing, but, you know, we'll be alright.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Okay. Okay, so we saw that there were a couple other buildings nearby. Let's get in here and take the chromatic metal out real quick. Alright, there we go. And we will be selling that ship at some point, so that'll get us a little extra cash. There we go. Hang on to you. Alright, good. So, where are we going? There was another building nearby, I believe. There's the ancient ruin. That's where we were. And there was another building in that general direction as well. So, I think it's over... Actually, that way that our ship was pointing. So, we'll head that way now. There, right over there. So, there's the ruin. Actually, it was closer by than that. Okay, there's this. That's not going to help us much, so we're going to keep going. Let's just keep our eyes peeled, because we could have stuff... Oh, wow. Okay, everything popped up. There's another one. That's not going to help us either. That's a trading outpost in the distance, the one on the right. That's why it showed up so easily. So we want to watch for... There's another abandoned building here, but this is a truly abandoned building. That's why it doesn't have a landing platform that we can land at or utilize. Alright, so we got a lot of buildings we're coming across. We need a monolith. If we can find a monolith, that would be great. So this is really the good planet to do this on. We'll keep heading in this direction. So we seem to be on what's called a ley line, as we're familiar with, that buildings pop up on according to the what do you call it? The procedural generation that occurs. That's a building. What building could that be? Okay, that finds a wreckage in the distance. Okay, let's keep going. It'd be a good building. Finding a building like that actually is kind of handy because we can find ourselves a good spot to fight a Sentinel from. We only need 20 pugnium to get those other 2 slots open, and then we're done. The chlorine we can get from any planet that has water on it, unless we find salt on a planet, which we had a couple in the system. Okay, there's another building. There's another tower we just passed. A beacon, that's the word. Ah, yeah, let's utilize this. Maybe. It's a Gex system. I don't know if these have multi-tools or not. You all usually correct me on that when I find out, so... this one doesn't seem to have one. Okay. Alright, so no extra multi-tools. Well, we do have a trade terminal. Quantum computer, something... Nothing really that we need, it looks like. Nah. Phosphorus, ammonia, good stuff. Copper.
Product received.
What can we sell? Not much to sell at the moment, so... I'll get rid of the sweet root. We really don't need it.
Received.
Do we have silver in here? We have gold. Okay, and a little bit of copper now, obviously. The ship, I got the cadmium. That's good. Pyrite. Okay, good. All right, let's just see something here. Let's see. Let's turn that into chromatic metal. Alright, there's nothing else here for us, so we'll go ahead and exit. Let's take a quick look around because... yeah, that's pointing at the building we're in. Because you never know, there could be a building nearby that's just not showing up on our usual radar spot. Building right over here. And again, looking for a monolith. This is probably a trade platform over here, but... nope, that's just another building. Oh, look at that. Two-legged walker, too. We could have some fun there, couldn't we? Nobody else. Nope, there are some others. Alright, so this might be a good place we can do a little bit of fighting from. But we're going to piss them off, that's for sure. So we can find everything we're looking for on another planet. Autonomous systems may bring the installation back online. See, I have two choices. It's a 50-50. Space station engines or trade modules. It's a GEC system, so I'm going to go trade modules. Nope, didn't work. So we don't get anything from that one. Oh well. Nothing found. Oh boy, you're just really kicking my butt here, aren't you? Alright, so we're going to go with the bolt caster here, and we're going to shoot a Sentinel, piss them off. And there's the one I need. Okay. I got 19 Pugnium. Alright, we're done. Another 20. So we're okay now. So all we need to do is just hang out here until they can't find us. Hopefully this works, because we got a walker out there, and he'll just kick my ever-living butt everywhere. Okay. Deactivated. Wait for the red dots to cease. Okay. Alright, so we should have enough Pugnium.
Warning. Sentinel drones activated.
Really? Okay, so we got to get out of here quick. Can we move the ship over? No, not while we're fighting. Alright, so now that I've triggered them, they will look for me constantly. So getting out of here is going to be a little bit of fun. Okay, good. He ran away. Okay, so that's not good. So these guys are going to be looking for a long time. We've got a problem. So getting out of here is going to be very, very interesting. What's our launch fuel look like? Oh, it's 100%. Oh, good. So we can run away. The problem with running away, though, is the walker is very fast. He'll keep up with us. So we've got to be able to make it to that and take off before they discover me. Let's see if we can do this. Did it. Alright. Okay, so we can leave this planet behind. Oh, well, we can get that while we're here. How far away are you? Let's go up and out, and then we'll get there a little quicker. Because that's valuable, and we could use just a little bit of money, and once we're done, we're done. And now we can go somewhere. See, that planet has water, so we'll hit that real quick and get some chlorine. Now, if a Sentinel pops up, we're out of here. Because I don't have the strength or power shielding to fight them right now. I always know where the three are, so I go for these three every time, if you guys wonder about that. See? Stay away from the gravitino ball. chest is here.
Technology prepared.
Yep, wasn't very expensive. Alright, so that didn't work out the way I was hoping. That's okay. Let's go hit the water planet, get a little bit of chlorine. We now have the pugnium, so we can open up these two, right? Yes.
Component prepared.
So these are open.
Component
Okay,
prepared.
done. Let's go to our water planet. Okay, just gotta find an island, dive into the water. There's no aggressive sentinels here, so we should be good. That looks like a little island we can stop at. And we're down. Alright. Let's see what we can find. Okay. I need plants. How about you? What do you got? Cytophosphate and oxygen. We could use the oxygen, but cytophosphate I'm not really interested in. That took way longer than I needed it to. Salt.
Received.
No chlorine from anybody?
Units received.
Let's get up out of the water real quick. Salt. We can turn the salt into chlorine. I'm just trying to avoid. I could have probably have gotten.
Units received.
All right. We don't need much. We needed like what 20? Okay. Salt. Check the ship real quick and see what we needed. 10. Okay, we needed 10. So that's all we need. Alright, we're done. I think that's it for us. And there we go. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know what that turns into. I'm going to find out in a moment here. We turn cytophosphate into anything that's worth our time. Condensed carbon. I'll take that, actually. Good. Starship. Let's go over here. We're going to open this up. That is open and ready. Yeah, I'll just throw the pugnium in there. I don't need it anymore.
Prepared.
Let's see. Okay. We could open that up at a later point, but I think we're okay now. We've got everything we need. Alright, so it's time to get out of this place, I think, personally. How are we doing oxygen-wise? We got enough. We need ferrite is what we're looking for. Okay. Okay. We need ferrite. We need rocks. Okay. And we need a monolith. Let's go hit the other moon. Okay, so this is the bad moon, right? Yeah, that's the bad moon. Where are the other moon at? The other moon, I think, is over here. Nope, that's our base. It's on the other side of you. Okay, so it's over here. We'll check the other moon. There it is. And the reason I'm doing this is because this moon will be... It's small, so we should have everything close together and we can find a monolith. Hopefully rather quickly, so we can look for a portal. Space station would be a great place to stop. Alright. This looks like it'd be a fairly easy terrain to move along. Don't have to keep too close to the ground. Buildings up ahead. Maybe one will be a monolith. Alright, what do we got? They're right next to each other, too. That is that. Okay, I know what that is. That's a resource depot. This is... do we really need it, though? Not really. Okay, so keep going. If it had multi-tools, I would do it in a heartbeat, but it doesn't, so I'm not going to worry about it. We're specifically looking for something, so there's another minor settlement. We don't need it. Looking for monoliths. It would be funny if we just found a portal by accident. Yep, crashed starship. You know what? We should actually check that, because occasionally they will have launch fuel. Let's go check it out. Not launch fuel, pardon me. Warp hypercores. Especially this early on.
Toxic protection falling. Radiation protection falling.
Get the other one that's outside real quick. All the way over here. There we go. Polyfiber. It's worth something. It's just not what we're looking for. So, let's see. There should be one right here. Should be able to access it right now. Get all the way down in there, aren't you? Okay. Multi-tool expansion slot.
Radiation protection falling.
Okay. Ah, crud. Warp hypercore.
Radiation
That's what we were looking for.
falling.
Okay.
Toxic protection.
Inventory is full. Let me see what we got here. We can get rid of the rest of our chlorine. And the pugnium. Okay, so we got plenty of room now. We got a warp hypercore, though. That is awesome. That is really, really awesome. If we get one more, that'd be even better. Stable gel, worth its weight.
Radiation protection falling.
You know, that storm crystal we sold, we could have turned into one. I'm sure you guys are just already harping about that, too. What's wrong with you? Why didn't you? At the heat of the moment, you don't think about these things, but you just need money, so you just do what you gotta do.
Radiation protection falling.
Alright, there we go. Okay, so that was actually worth our time
Falling.
to get that. So that's great. Let's move that over into our starship. And these things we're going to sell. Alright, good. We have more batteries. I need more ferrite is what I need. I keep forgetting about that. We do need more ferrite. Next place we stop, let's look for ferrite. I hope I remember. Ouch, that hurt. Keep going. There we go. Okay, that's the building we were heading towards. It's probably a trade outpost, but that's okay. There's the other spot that I saw. What is that? Okay, that, it's great, but it's not going to help us. So I'm going to keep going in hopes that I find a monolith instead. Notice it didn't show up too, so that's why you got to just keep your eyes open. Do the scan by all means. I mean, you know, obviously it's going to find something, but occasionally it will not find those when it does the scan. It's not perfect. And I think that's what we're learning. Should we do another one? Wow, okay, I think I will. So where was the other one? It was outside, right? Over there. Let's go check. It's this one.
Life support power low.
do have a gel. We'll use it.
Recharge.
Let's find out. Let's see if we can get another one. Salvage data this time, huh?
Radiation protection falling.
First spawn relic, huh? Nice. That's actually worth quite a bit. Our inventory is full, though, so we need to get rid of something. Alright. I'm getting rid of you. Gives us one spot available. Ah!
Radiation protection.
Got stuck. Got too close. That happens sometimes.
Toxic protection falling.
Glitch. Hopefully it doesn't kill me.
Radiation protection falling.
Okay. I'm going to drop that in there. Oh, good. Because that's handy.
Toxic protection falling.
There we go. So you know it's going to happen again. So what we're going to do is take this.
Technology recharge.
That way we have an extra spot open. Hey, come on now. Line up. Toxic protection on this, toxicity on this planet is terrible. We got some acid. Just what I need. Let's see. What can we get rid of? Let's move this over to my ship. And that to the ship. And that to the ship. Okay, we got 3 spots available now. Last spot. Let's hope we get that hypercore. That would be really, really handy. Yep, there it is. Thought I had it lined up for once, but this time I didn't. Okay, ready? Come on. Ah, well, still, another pulse engine module is handy, actually. Look at that toxicity drop. Good grief.
Toxic protection falling.
Alright, put it in. Here. Helps a little bit. I mean, if we would really be great if we could open this up. How much chromatic metal we got? We only got 174. Alright, well, I don't know if I want to use that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Repaired.
Because it's better off over here. Alright, on our way. That's our direction. Watch for monoliths. Okay, so this is the landing platform that we found. We'll go ahead and land for now. And then we'll take a look around and see if maybe we find something. Quick. There we go. We can sell all this crap that we got in our inventory too, besides. Yeah, I don't see any other buildings anywhere nearby. Alright. Toxic protection is falling.
Falling.
Yep. Beat you to it. Jinx. Sell. Let's get rid of some of this crap. There we go. Polyfiber, neural duct, unstable gel, mutated acid. Anything else? No? Okay. Ship. Should have the first spawn relics
Units received.
and the salvage data.
Units
Okay.
received.
Excellent. What can we buy? Paraffinium. Well, it's not much. Oh, it's 158. Yeah, I'll grab it. Oh, no, 31 of it. 131 of it. That's my bad. No, I think I'm going to hold off. I will get the rusted metal, though.
Products received.
And the chromatic metal.
Received.
Okay, so that's handy. There we go. So hopefully that will get us everything we need.
Technology
Alright, so that's
recharge.
going to give us ferrite dust, and we can get our extra 2 taken care of over here. Alright, good. So we're on to something now. Let's go ahead and get out of here. So we need to find a monolith. That's what we keep saying. I think my headlamp is on my person. Yeah, I know. Money, money, money. Okay, what are you? Shelter. Okay, that's fine. You, let's keep going in this direction. Going west now. That is a resource depot. Okay. I mean, for the most part, a monolith, we should be able to find a monolith from the air. This planet is actually awesome for views. Oh, there, I just found one. See, told you. As I was saying. Excellent. We're at the 2-hour mark, right? This is what I was hoping for. Alright, we just got to answer this one. Oh, I know this one. Good, 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 good. Just shoot the creature, put it out of its misery. There we go. And you just go right back in here. Locate a portal, the Gek Relic, portal found. We now have a portal. And we don't need this Gek Relic anymore. That's it. So our portal is...
Toxic protection falling.
over there. There it is. 1 hour away. Excellent. Now, opening the portal is going to be another matter, but that's okay. Let's go. We never really did hit the space station, did we? I guess we should hit that first. Let's go hit the space station. We need to get our upgrades taken care of and things like that. It's not something we normally would need to worry about, but I'm going to go ahead and take care of it real quick. And then we'll come back to the portal. Yeah, that's not bad. We can do that. Awesome. We could have hit the abandoned planets and looked for it too. We could have found a portal or a monolith on those planets as well. But we're in better shape this way. So, let me see. This should be done. Now we can make 1, 2... What? I need 5 ferrite dust? Oh, you're a pain in the neck. Alright, that's okay. That's okay. It's gonna get the famous music. Because it's our first space station. Good deal. So just over 2 hours, we have a portal now. And it shouldn't take us long to hop, skip, jump all the way to the center. You come in at around 5,000, between 5 and 6,000 light years from the center. But you only got to get to the 3,000 mark. So, you know, if you think about that, that's 2,000 light years. It's about 20 jumps. So it should go pretty easily. We are looking for anything on the ground. Here, nothing. Alright. So we can hit that and just see what's in here real quick. Let's see. Oh, they got wiring looms. Nice. Pure ferrite. Can't really do much with that. We got pyrite. I'm going to go ahead and grab the pyrite anyway. It's not, it's not really costing me anything just to do it. Pure ferrite isn't really worth it to me. And we have nothing to sell at the moment, so... Yeah, I got my headlamp on, don't I? There it is. Knew there was a button. I had figured for that. Alright, so my upgrades will be over here. I have no ship upgrades, but the exosuit upgrade and the multi-tool upgrade will be over here. Look at that. Dominant life form evacuated. Okay. So there should be 3 of these. 1. Got a storage augmentation for a ship. What's that? Traveling. Okay. Exosuit expansion. And a pulse engine module. Excellent. Alright, so let's do this. And we're going to add an augmentation. I'm going to put 2 over here. There we go. And then we can do our exosuit. First one I think is chargeable, but it should be free. Put it over here. And we go right back in because we have one more available to us. And I'm going to put the other one down here. get that opening taken care of. That's always pissing me off. And we can put this in here now. Excellent. This can go in our ship right here. We could open these up if we get some magnetized ferrite and stuff, or paraffinium, but you know, I'm not feeling it. Alright. And the ship augmentation is right below. So we just add a spot to our ship real quick. Just get that out of our way. Upgrade. Fly. And I don't know, should we put it up top or put it down below? This seems pretty straightforward. I really don't need the expansion slots. So I think what I'm going to do is put it up top. I'll put it over here. Okay. And we can stop at all these places along the way. We're not getting any hyperdrive upgrades, you'll notice, so there's a problem. But alright, off we go. Let's see. So the portal is over here. There you are. Let's head back. Lock in and go. On our way. Alright, so we're going to go through the portal now. See if we can pick up a rock on the way, because, you know, that's kind of stupid, but there you are. Uranium. Launch fuels up to snuff. Pyrite for you. Alright. Okay, here we go. It's time to open the portal. Now, we need a lot of materials to open the portal, so we're going to be probably scouring around for materials. Pardon me. Okay, let's see what we're going to need. Hopefully we're not too far away from our ship. Let me see. Good, we're not. Alright, starting at the top. Sodium nitrate. Got this to 100%. We need dihydrogen. Okay, so we're going to need to look for that. Cadmium. And then let's use condensed carbon. Alright, we only got 2 left of that, so I'm going to use it. There we go. I don't have any. Keep going.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
What happened there? That was weird. Okay, last but not least. Alright, so we need dihydrogen. Is what we're going to be looking for. Okay, so quick scan. We got some up there, and some over there. Alright, let's go to this one. Good. I'm glad I got that supercharged slot opened up. Oh, here we go. Alright, so how much do we need? 12, 22, 36, 48. I think about 48. Let's go over here and hit this one up before this Sentinel gets too pissed off. And we need some rocks, don't forget. Well, we don't really need it anymore. Okay. That Sentinel will go away. We can get some more from over here. He did. He followed me. So, we'll go over here. We'll get it all, because, you know, it could come in handy. Get some carbon, too. Alright, that looks like all of it. Alright, let's see if we can open this up. Okay. 24. Oh, we need a lot more than I thought. Okay, let me see. I don't know if we have enough to get the last one. We do! Excellent. Okay. Alright, so here we go. First jump. Activate the portal. We just need all those. It'll get us to the closest place possible. There we go. I always like to jump at the end. And hopefully the game sound is not too loud. It looks like I have it turned up quite a bit, and I'm only noticing this 2 hours into the stream or the recording. Don't lock up on me. Okay, good boy. Okay, well, looks like the same planet. Infected, huh? This is an infected planet. Oh, Sentinels are mean. Okay, where's my ship? It says they're malicious. Okay. Okay, we are out of here. That looks like there's a building, like, really... Oh, you know what this is? This is a planet that's close to the center that had a lot of people at it, that they built their own places, but they're going to be kind of run down like that because of the fact that the planet changed after some of the updates. So not bad, not bad. And the bases will appear to be defunct. You know, like there's no door on that one. You can't even get inside it, right? Oh, no, there's doors. There's doors. Looks like it's powered up, too. So we have some bases here. That's pretty cool. All right, let's get out of here. It says first contact, but we know that's not true. Okay. The one thing we needed the ferrite dust for is for launch, what do you call it, warp hypercores. So we are going to need that eventually. Chromatic metal. We don't have a ton of chromatic metal.
Technology recharge.
So let's go ahead and jump first, so that way we have an idea of how far we've got to go. Alright, here we go. Galaxy map. So top left corner, you'll see it's going to populate all the purple systems. It automatically does that the first time you go into your hyperspace menu. There we go. Okay. There, stellar manifestation, all erased sectors restored. Top left corner, 5,759 light years is how far we have come. So what we're going to do is we're going to do galactic core, and we're going to head in that direction. It's towards the bright shiny center, right over there. We can only go about 100 light years at a time. So, until we find an upgrade for our hyperdrive, 118 looks like it's our maximum. So this is going to require a lot of jumps to get there. I was hoping to find a hyperdrive upgrade, but that would require scouring the planet looking for all the buried caches and stuff like that. So we will hit here. We'll try to hit some space stations along the way, but I'm only going to give myself about 15 minutes of finding stuff before I give up. I would like to find a planet. We'll get some ferrite dust. We're going to need a lot of it. If we have some broken cages and what we call cases and stuff, we can get some rusted metal from. That'll be fine. We'll use that. Okay. The upgrades will usually be over here. Boxes, if you will. Nope. Starship shield. That would have been helpful to be a hyperdrive upgrade. Emergency signal scanner, which we don't need. And liquid explosive. Okay, great. Let's get our exosuit upgraded. Let's go down here with it. Cost me a little bit of money to do that. So we got a shield out of it. It's not something we really can use right now. We'll put it in here, but you know, at 9%, it's really not costing us, really doing much for us. But it can give us a wiring loom if we need it. We could probably upgrade our hyperdrive a little bit. Like, for instance, we have these, and these will sometimes, where are they here? These here will give us a slight boost if we have enough. But we don't have enough chromatic metal. We definitely don't have enough cadmium to get what we were looking for. So, is it worth it is what it boils down to. And more chromatic metal would be handy, but, you know, honestly, yeah. We got to go hit a planet, I think, real quick. So, let's get away from here. First planet. What kind of condition? Isotopic, uranium. That'll be fine. It's got copper. As long as we get some land. Let's go over to the bigger landmass over here. There we go. Alright. Drop in and look for some copper and other stuff that we can get. Now, we may be introduced to storms now, so there's an option for that. I'm going to look for buildings. I mean, they're all abandoned, but if they have a good landing pad, at least we could save ourselves. Oh, I like the river. It's nice. Don't like the sky. Yellow, ugh. You know, it's kind of gross. Keep going. Anything will do. Portals won't help us at this point, but a nice, you know, maybe a transmission tower with a landing pad would be handy. Alright, one more time. Alright, we got something. It may not be what we're looking for. It looks like a small area, but... a shelter. Okay, that'll work. Oh. No landing pad, but that's okay. Okay. First thing we're going to do is look for some copper. Uranium, always handy, but not what we're looking for. Cobalt. Cobalt.
Radiation protection.
Oh, copper. That's at 685. Uranium. Cobalt. And I don't see any others. Okay. Let's check out the upgrade. If there is one, probably just going to be nanites, but that's okay. RNG, anyway. Alright. So, it looks like we got copper over there. We'll take the ship over to it. You know what? Wait a second here, though. Yeah, let's grab that. Grab that from it. Yeah, I care about the Viking effigy. Alright. In here, we're going to grab this. Chuck it in. Alright, good. We're on our way. Let's grab the... copper. Because I want some more... of that. Got 2 copper deposits right next to each other? That's something. I think it is.
Radiation protection. Falling.
Because we're going to need some hyperdrive upgrades. What do you call not upgrades, but warp cells is what we're going to really need here. So, isn't it funny? We can dig a hole in the terrain; they don't bother us. But as soon as we take out a rock, guns are loosened. They're shooting us down. How dare you take out their favorite pet rock? I think that's what it is. So we should have enough ferrite to at least get a couple more warp cells. I want to get some extra if I can. Where are we at? 219. Okay. I want to get this done in 3. We can. I said 2 before, but... obviously 2 is just not possible on this particular run. If I had found that ship sooner, maybe it would have triggered something different. Maybe I would have just went all out and just maybe got it done within the hour or something like that. But we didn't have to make our mech. We didn't have to do anything. The whole point behind the mech was just to go find a ship. But the funny part is we stumbled on one. So in the future, we just skip the mechs and go straight for unknown buildings and see what we can find. I mean, let's think about that. Where's our copper at? 418. On its way. Make one more of these. One more of you. Then in my ship. How many more can we make?
Radiation protection. Falling.
We need more oxygen. Any oxygen around? We need to get our...
Technology recharge.
plants. Nothing. There is a plant right there. Okay, good. Oh, and it's a ball plant. Good.
Radiation protection. Falling.
Okay, last one. There we go. Probably going to trigger the Sentinel in a moment, but that's okay. Got it. Okay. A little extra oxygen from that one. Alright, so Let's see how we're doing here. Okay. Yeah, 1, 2, and we can now make 2 warp cells. Alright. So.
Technology recharge. Technology
Okay,
recharge.
good. Good, good. 1 extra warp cell. That should do for now. I don't really need you. But you, how are you doing? Alright, we're doing good over here. I'm going to drop a little more condensed carbon in.
Recharge.
Alright, we're in good shape there too. We don't need the Vy'keen effigy. And I don't know what we're going to do with liquid explosive, but hey, you know, I'm sure it's going to be handy for something. Are we done here? I think we are. We're going to get a little more ferrite. Carbon's always good too, but the ferrite is really what I was after.
Radiation protection falling.
A little bit here, a little bit there. This will get us, hopefully, well along in our journey. Alright, good. Okay, how we doing? Good. Alright, that'll be great. Okay, we're good. Let's get out of here. So we're on our merry little way. We didn't get any upgrades, unfortunately. Let's check our next space station. Maybe we can find something, right? So again, we want to tell it we're going to the galactic core. And put us back to free explore. Alright, let's look for the brightest spot. There it is. It gave us the line. Alright, there we go. Okay, water. Dissident. Yeah, we'll go there. You know, we take a moment. I said I'd give myself till 2:30. If I can find myself a Sentinel ship, that'll give us about 600-800 light-year distance jumps. What's the chances, right? Let's take a look real quick, see if one of these planets is what we're looking for. Oh, somebody's already found these planets. Okay, hold on. Is this dissident? The first system you go to that's dissident, unfortunately, will probably not give you what you're looking for. This one is good. Okay, so we will be hitting there in just a minute. Alright, let's hit the space station real fast. Got some rocks we're going to run through. Ooh, good. Because you never know, we might get a halfway decent upgrade or something like that, so.
Technology recharge.
I'm trying to save my warp cells for when I have to go to the center. The warp hypercore, that is. Let's see, there should be one there. Okay, warp hypercore, excellent. There's another right here. Scanner module, which I can't use, and one more. Salvage data. It's about useless to me, but that's okay. Alright, so we'll put this down here. Alright. Another warp hypercell. That is fantastic. That's really, really good. That can be sold. The scanner in just because it's going to be out of my way. Get it out of my way. Now the thing is, we don't have any other scanners, so finding our ship is going to be fun when we go through the center. Where's the trade terminal? Over here. So, let's see. Where are you? Get rid of the emergency signal scanner. We don't need it. Explosive, salvage data. Okay. Anything in the ship inventory? I don't think so. No. Bye. Pugnium. Oh, interesting. I'll grab it, because it could come in handy. I'm going to grab the tritium and the pyrite as well. I'll put the pyrite in my other inventory. I don't know if we're going to need it, but we'll see. Alright, we're done here. This way. get to the planet. See how quickly we can get that done. So at this point, you're looking at the time, 2:26. Okay? At 2:26, we decided we were going to get a what do you call it? A Sentinel ship. Activated copper, which means nasty storms on this planet, but let's see what we can do. Looks like there's one going right now, to be honest. It was going before we even arrived. But I'm hoping that it's like a gravity storm or something like that. So, we'll see in a minute. Can't see a blessed thing, though. Okay, so what we're looking for... Does it have crystals, first of all? Yes, it does. Okay, good. Secondly, we're looking for diggers. Because we're going to need a few of them. There's one. Gravity. It says boiling superstorms, but I guarantee you the temperature's not bad. Alright, let's check what this guy has first. We're looking for an echo locator. Inverted mirror. Okay, so we're going to come back over here.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
They're not attacking. Anybody else find that weird? I'll take it, but because we do need a mirror. Alright, let's look around for some more diggers. I don't see any. Okay, let's go. So we did need one of those. But we need, more specifically, well, we do need a lot of these guys here. We need advanced mining lasers. Yeah, we got another digger up here. Hold on. Yeah, there he is. I see him now. Let's get a little closer, and this looks like a good spot. Let's go to our multi-tool. We are going to need to upgrade you, my friend. We need an advanced mining laser. Hermetic seal, carbon nanotube. Need more condensed carbon. How much carbon do we have? How much? 30? So we need 60 of this. Let's just turn it all into it. That's fine. And we need carbon nanotubes, so now we need more carbon. Okay, let's get out. They take too long. These bushes are fantastic. Yeah, and I'm running out of carbon while I'm trying to get carbon. That's funny. This is a pretty good planet, though. You can find one that has the gravity storms. That's even better. I'm just going to get some extra because I do need some carbon. Alright, there we go. Alright, we can make one of these. Get you. Make one of those. Alright, multi-tool. Done. Alright, so now we can get the crystals we need. Alright, let's go back towards the ship. Switch back over to my bolt caster. They're not attacking. I don't know what's going on, but they're not attacking. I'm going to take advantage of it. I mean... Another mirror. Okay. Looking around. Oh, wait. Okay, they finally figured out that I was here. No count? Okay, that's weird. Very strange. The whole thing is strange. There's another digger over there. Another one over there. And another one over there. Now it's closer. A whole bunch are right around me. Literally right around me. Alright, let's go towards this one because it's only 200 away. I can go back to my ship. But that, I think, is a waste of resources. Alright, good. Back to the ship. Thing is, they're not attacking. Nope, nothing. Go figure, right? Alright, there's a couple over here. One there. This one I want to check. I don't need any more inverted mirrors. That's what I need. Echolocated. Okay, let's get up on the ridge. And we're now just past the half hour, the 2:30 mark, right? 2:32. Okay, echolocator. Let's get in. We're going to use the echolocator.
Navigational data received.
Good deal.
Technology recharge.
Where are you? Yeah. Okay. Off we go. Not usually very far away, but let me check. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. 45 seconds away. That's fine. Alright. Good. So we're on our way. Remember, 26 is where we did it. How many jumps could we have done? We could have probably done about 10 jumps by now, but we would have been blowing through warp cells like crazy. So, there's that. As we get over here, I'm going to look for some crystals we can get, because we're going to need a few. We'll need at least 3 for the ship, and I think we'll need a few more for charging purposes. So the warp hypercore will work on this. Oh good, there's a whole crop of them to my right and left. Excellent. Land. I don't know what's going on. There we go. That'll work. Radiant shards. That's what I was talking about. We'll need a few of these, and I'll get the Atlantidium too. There's a whole bunch of them here. That's good. Get some carbon, because it's in the way. Alright, there we go. Radiant shard. Excellent. Okay. I think we have enough. It's pink. Just realized it's pink, blue, and green. Weird. I always do this just because you never know what you're going to grab. See? Multi-tool. Which we will get. Okay, good. No matter what ship we get, we don't really care. We gotta go through all this first. Hold on. Come on. Got it. Alright, let's see. 14, 4, and 10. And you don't have to put them in any particular order. Just get them in there. Harmony awaits me. Lift lockdown. Thank you. So, next thing. Deactivate multi-tool. And one more time to do the seal. The distant spike. That finds our ship. Again, I don't care what kind of multi-tool it is. We're going to grab it. It could be a C-class. It doesn't make a difference. It's an extra multi-tool. Something we can switch over to. It's a really good one, and something we can switch to when we're going through the center, so we have a good multi-tool. C-class, nothing special. Grab it, take. And we'll switch back for now to our current multi-tool. Alright, back to the ship. Oh, what do we get out of all this? Let's get rid of that. keep those. That's fine. You open it up. We got a piece of crap that we don't need. All right. That. All right. Let's put you in here. That's just gonna turn into nanites for us. It really doesn't make a difference. Just something to get rid of. Off we go. Go, 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 go. How far away is the ship? An hour? Nope, we're not going to do that. We're at 10 minutes. But see, this way we can do like about 4 or 5 jumps and we're done. Didn't want to go for a dissonant ship, but, you know. Sentinel ship that is in a dissonant system, but here we are. Inventory is going to not be a problem anymore, so that's good. Down. Come on. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down. Ooh, oxygen. Grab that while we're here. The extra oxygen is handy. There we go.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Not a problem. What do you have for us? Wow, 10 inverted mirrors. Awesome. Okay, ship. It's an A class. Holy crap. Alright, this goes in my inventory, this goes in the ship, this goes in the ship. And we'll come back to you, my friend, in just a minute. Where to? That way. Right there. And it's usually the closest monolith they can get you to. Did I already do that? Yes, I did. It'll be nice to have a Sentinel ship, though. And we could make it part of the rules at some point. How far away is this thing? It said 25 seconds. It's taken a lot longer than that. Whoops. Yeah. Gravity storm. Okay, and done. Got it. Go. Back the way we go. Should be the last time we have to put any launch fuel in this thing. How far away are you? Come on, show me. Thank you. All right. Stop, stop, stop. Oh, I'm going to land right on top of it, right? Sure enough. Okay, that's all right.
Technology prepared.
And we'll compare, and we're going to just claim it. All right. Into the Crimson. I should have moved everything over. That was stupid. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So we'll have to do this, unfortunately, because I was dumb. Is that everything? That is everything. Yeah, I'll grab these. We have one more room? Yeah, we do. Okay. That's okay. Alright, so we're all done here. Good? Yes. Out. Alright. Move it all over real fast. Not that these things really carry anything, but that's okay. We'll just keep it. 2 warp hyper cells. That's going to be really, really handy. Okay. Where are you? This is our hyperdrive. See? It'll take that, so that's good.
Recharge.
Put you over here. Hyperdrive range is at almost 800, so that's fantastic. Shield. This is our, which one? Pulse drive, I think? Pulse. Anti-gravity, never put it in a supercharged slot. Never. Okay, good. Let's put these guys over here. 2 in a corner. Okay, good. Nope, not you. Shield. Okay, maneuverability is higher now. Good. We're all set. Yes, let's go. That took 15 minutes. Okay, center, galactic core. It's not showing me the path, so I'm going to have to look for the galactic core on my own. Here we go. And we need to go about 600 light years. There's 500. Can we go that far? Is that too far? Wow. All these systems happen to not be the right system? That's hilarious. How about you? Yeah, you're good. Let's go. So that subtracts 6 jumps from this. Now the good news is usually these the hyperdrives on these things are usually very efficient, so we should get there pretty quick. Trigger. Okay. Go again. Okay, is this way. How far are we? 420. 504. 650. We can probably hit 700, but let's go to the 650. Hit. 612, 18, 24, so we should have at least 2 more jumps. And you just go right into it again. Just keep going. Alright, here we go. This is it. $645. Let's do it. So we've got about 1900 light years or so. And this should be 1 or 2 jumps now. 1 to just get ourselves aligned at the very least. There we go. Alright. Let's go there. See, we're really close to the center now. This is 1 to get us really close, and it might be the right planet that we needed to go to in order to get to the center. Okay, let's find out. Galactic center. So it wants us to go over here. Where's the center at? For some reason. Okay, so this doesn't appear to be the closest planet, but let's give it a shot. So we want to pay attention to the direction at this point. Now remember, in-game time is a little different from the timer you're seeing on the clock up there. But we haven't spent a ton of time in the menu, so... Alright, let's check. Alright, it's taking us to the center from there. So we have a choice. We can either use this ship or the other ship to get there. I think we should use this ship. It's going to destroy it. It's going to be in bad shape. But that's less time spent. So let's take the hypercore, drop it in. You need to have full charge on your hyperdrive to do this. And this will be the journey to the center. Now you can't actually choose the center. What you have to do is you have to kind of finagle it. See, it says to select a star. So we got to move. Move that so it's right there. And then it says, is this where you want to go? And you go. So, we've made it all the way to the center. We did it at under 3 hours. So, we still have 1 step left. That is to get back to our ship We forgot to switch our multi-tool over. Oh well, that is it. That's life. We know where the ship is located, so... But that's okay. I mean, our visor will be down, but that's okay too. All right. So again, this was a long recording, and I know it was, you know, what, we're at almost 3 hours into the recording. We've only got a few more minutes left. Love the music. Always love the pullback. So this is going to send us over to the, what galaxy is it called? It starts with an H. I'll think of it in just a minute. Hilbert Dimension, is it called? I think it's called, yeah. Okay, so it's done with the pullback. We're switching from that galaxy over to this one. Fade to black, and then we fade back in. And here we go. Hilbert Dimension it is. This is the second galaxy. For those of you who are wondering, there are 200 and, I want to say, if I remember correctly, 254 galaxies you can get to. There's a 255 and 256, but you have to know someone to get to there. So there's that. All right. And in just a moment, we will be beamed back in. And we'll have to reinitialize. Actually, we may not have to reinitialize. I think it just starts us right up front. And we just, nope, we do have to do the initialization. Okay.
Commencing Atlas system suit initialization.
What is that?
Life support systems activated.
Is that... Are we in a cave, or what are we inside of?
Shield kinetic system online.
Or is this our ship? If it's our ship, we're done. Could be. What in the world? Is this a crashed freighter?
Aerial propulsion jetpack online.
Oh my gosh. You know, it's my ship. I'm literally, like, inside the wing of my ship.
Laser attachment operational.
Alright, well hopefully it pops me out of here, because it sucked to get stuck here.
User initialization sequence.
Well, you're done. It is our ship. There we go. So we didn't have to get to our ship at all. We just had to get a save point. So that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've completed it. Yay! Let's get a wave going. Hold on.
Toxic protection falling.
We're going to wave first. There we go. Thank you for watching, guys. And then I'm going to go ahead and pose. We're going to get a pose going. There we go. Got to get the pose. Got to get the pose. There we go. Nice picture. And there we go. Love it. Love it. So that should do it, guys. Let's go ahead and get out of this and take a look at our time. I'm going to stop the timer. So 2:49. We're going to go ahead and quick out to mode select. All right. Let's see what our time is. All right. So I'm going to say about 2:35, 2:40, somewhere in there. 2:21. All right. So 2:21 is my fastest time thus far. And that was with a lot of extra stuff I had to do that I probably didn't need to. I probably could have shaved at least a half hour off of that. So a lot of fun to do it. I enjoyed doing this. This was really cool. I really like the settings as far as that's concerned. Increasing the difficulty would be by possibly, you know, less inventory space would have been one. And the second thing, I think you could go with a no HUD if you wanted to, but that's going to be kind of tough. So again, I want to thank you all for watching. I'm going to leave it here so you can see that time up there. Thank you again, and we will see you in the next video we try on stuff like this, and we'll see how it goes. Again, thank you for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. See you next time. Any questions or comments, drop them in the comments section below. Take care, everybody.